I've been doing makeup for 9 years. 9 years. What the helly? Hello, welcome to my channel. If it's your first, second, or third time, please make sure you like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Is it giving? Today, we're going to achieve this red look while I talk about red flags as a service provider and 5 rule of thumbs that I have for myself as a service provider. For those of you who don't know, I am a professional makeup artist in Massachusetts. I am well known for like my UK Instagram baddie aesthetic when it comes to makeup. So a lot of the girlies love a soft glam. Makeup is not that prominent in Massachusetts, and there's really like no rules if you think about it. I have a strong background in human resources. There's a lot that you can learn that you can apply to your business and yourself as a professional. As I started taking makeup artistry more seriously, I started also being more intentional about how I present myself to clients. Your skills may get the attention, but the way you carry yourself, that's what's gonna keep them coming back. That's what's gonna keep your name in the forefront of professional. You know what I mean? She's a professional. I've heard of her. She's serious. She gets down. She don't play. Okay? So yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the things that have set me apart as a professional, the things that I know put my value higher. So I am self-taught. However, there's a lot of the things you learn only by doing the job. And I feel like if you are starting as any service provider, having these 5 rule of thumbs is going to save you from any unfortunate experiences or anything that could really just like ruin your brand. The main theme, however, is professionalism. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the 𝙿𝚁𝙃 Cream and Powder Blush Duo from Patrick Ta. It's the red one. It is called She Left Me on Red. Applying the cream portion on my eyelids. I invested in a website that does the work for me. Contrary to popular belief, I don't like interactions. It's not that I don't like people, it's that if I can avoid it, I would like to not interact. And so I feel like the least I interact with somebody trying to book me, the best I am doing. Because you want your website to have enough information that they know exactly what they're signing up for, they're not confused, they're confident. If I never got to interact with a client about my website and booking me and how to go about it, that would be great. This kind of brings me to my second thing. Put as much information as you can on your website so that, you know, you're getting straight to the point. It's short and sweet, but it's not rude. There's no reason I should go on a website and feel like you're yelling at me through my own phone. Just trying to book you. What the hell is wrong with you? Service providers are starting to get a little bit of a stereotype where people, you know, people are kind of like scarred. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've had a lot of clients who seem to suffer from a little bit of PTSD. Like, I've texted my clients on some like, hey, good morning, I'm on my way, because I do a lot of traveling. All of that is just like reassurance for them. Your website has to communicate your policy clearly without an undertone of rudeness. Your reputation precedes you. People know about you, whether you know it or not. People are talking, and word of mouth is still a thing. And never underestimate the power of word of mouth. What do I mean by that? Are you clean? People are gonna talk about you if you're not clean. They're gonna talk about if your fingers smell. They're gonna talk about if you smell. They're gonna talk about if your space smells. They're gonna talk about whether they saw you wash your hands. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna talk about your breath. Like, you're literally like in somebody's face. So just like making sure you present yourself in a way, which I feel like that's not something people should have to say, but you know. Are you punctual? People are gonna talk about you like, yeah, she does good work, but she's never on time. So if this is a serious day for you, maybe do not go to her. That's another thing to keep in mind. Also your energy. Are you rude? When people walk into your space, are you greeting them? Are you making sure that they feel safe? Are you kind of treating it like, well, you should be so lucky that I'm here and I'm letting you book me? Like, you know what I mean? People talk about it, and my city is very small. As part of the reputation bit, I would say that as a service provider, you want to avoid anytime somebody brings information to you about another service provider, you don't want to egg it on. You can listen, but I will say I would really refrain from adding on and gossiping about another service provider. I would just like, you know, oh wow, like I'm so sorry that happened to you, and keep it keep it there. Say nothing. You understand me? This is not your time to be shady. This is not your time to kiki. This is your time to keep it professional. If you're comfortable gossiping, people will assume that you do that on all ends, okay? Whether it's at work or not at work, they're just gonna assume like, okay, I can't really open up to this service provider because she talks about other people's business. I put my lashes off camera. I'm gonna do my foundation. I'm using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the color IGUACU. And I am using the last bit of my e.l.f. primer. I have to get more, but look. It's an amazing primer. It's my favorite. I use it all the time. I just love it. Now onto foundation. So the fourth thing I add to my rule of thumb is, what do I mean by judgment? All money ain't good money, okay? So sometimes it's okay to walk away from an opportunity if it doesn't serve you in the sense of like your peace of mind, your values, your worth. Like if it's just giving, you're going to have to do a hard pull and stretch yourself thin just to make that money. Just don't. You'll be blessed. Like you'll find your next thing. Matter of fact, it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you. It's kind of the reason why I'm like a little bit terrified of doing celebrity makeup, because I hear they are traumatic and I don't like to sign up for things like that. Sometimes as a professional, you will be put into situations where you have to make a decision, like between your peace of mind and that money. Sometimes you really don't have a choice but to push through, but you want to make sure you're pushing through with your integrity and your dignity intact, okay? You have to be able to stand up for yourself at the right moment. Also, there are moments where you kind of have to bite your tongue in the name of reputation. It's a difficult thing, but this is why I called it judgment, because you have to use your best judgment in those situations and figure out whether or not things are worth it. Assess the situation, protect your peace, protect your brand, protect yourself. On the flip side of the judgment piece, you have to know when to be flexible, when to give grace and be a little bit more understanding, and then when to really stand on business. It's like a case-by-case situation where you do have to pick and choose the right time to be graceful and the right time to stand on business, because, you know, if you allow others, they will take advantage. By the way, I was using the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Deep Golden. Now back to the blush. I feel like this red is very vibrant, and so I want to tone it down a little bit by putting the concealer there first, especially because we're gonna go over it with that powder. Using judgment, you also have to figure out when to, you know, be accountable. Like figure out if something is like your fault. For example, you're in traffic and you are supposed to be somewhere, but like now you're a little bit late. You have to be accountable that this is your fault and you may have to accommodate the person. This may mean working faster or giving them a discount, changing the look to something else that works with the time that you have. Either way, you're inconveniencing someone else, but your pride aside, because you fucked up. Like it is what it is, and it happens to the best of us. For contour, I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Bronzer Duo in the color She's ease define. And I feel like this blends really sheer, so I'm not afraid to apply a generous amount. Last but certainly not least in the list, at number 5, we have learning. And what do I mean by learning? I mean self-advancement. You need to keep yourself up to date. Update the iOS. Whether that is like taking a class, upgrading your kit, revamping your kit, adding new products to your kit, updating your stuff from maybe drugstore to high-end products. Either way, it's going to decide a lot of things like your pricing and just like the clientele that you get. So upgrade, update, expand, evolve. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Pour into your craft, pour into yourself, pour into your products. At the end of the day, if you feel burnout, it's going to show. If your heart is not in it, you're bringing negative energy with you to work, people can feel that. Imagine like you signed up to go get you a relaxing massage, and while you're there, the energy is just off. You just feel like, oh my God, like, why are you angry with me? What did I do to you? Am I talking to your men? Like, why are you so mean to me right now? Like, wow. You know, you come in like there's no hello, there's nothing, like mad weird from the get. You shouldn't be doing that. Pour into yourself so that when you come to work, it's still fun. Don't do anything if the fun is gone, okay? My contour is blended to brighten up my face. I'm using the LYS foundation stick. It's like a SPF. I use it as a concealer. Freaking love this thing. Wow, look how creamy. Please, like, I wish I was the face of this product. Like, I swear, like, I love it so much. I lose like my train of thought every time I use this. But anyways, now I have given you my 5 rules of thumb. We're gonna call it VOO. VOOs. You know what? Maybe it doesn't need a name. You now know my 5 rule of thumbs. Okay? And you may be also wondering, why am I listening to you? Like, why does this matter? Like, why are we even talking about this? Why is this even a topic? Like, what is this? I came here for makeup. Well, yes, I'm a service provider, but I can't do everything. I can't do hair. I can't do nails. I go to service providers as well. So I know what it's like to be on the other side. And with that, I want to talk about my red flags that I see in other service providers that immediately I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take my business elsewhere because this is just not for me. So yeah, when I choose a service provider, I am very attentive to how you present yourself to me, because if I'm going to spend my money, I need to feel safe. Like, I need to feel like, yeah, I'm in good hands. I don't have to worry about a thing, and my needs are going to be met here. Okay, like, I'm gonna have a great experience and I'm gonna walk away from this service feeling like it was worth every penny. I have a couple of red flags that like I run for the hills. Some of them you can see without investigating, and then others you have to kind of like hope for the best, go in there blind, which I don't like doing either. But some of them you just have to do that, and then it's more of like a, okay, like by experience, I'm not coming back here no more. So these are my red flags. Red flags that makes me never book somebody again or never book them in the first place. At number 1, we have DM to book. I am not DMing you to book. Like I said, I would like the least amount of interaction possible. And if you could have like your FAQs somewhere, I will investigate. I'm the type of person where I'm reading the entire website. So if there are things in your policy that you're anal about, like, please, like, make sure I can find it. Like, I don't want to have to DM you to know. So yeah, like a DM to book, I already feel like, okay, you're gonna reply to me 50 years later, gonna put a bad taste in my mouth. I'd rather just avoid the whole thing and just move on to somebody who has a website. Okay, now this is different if this is like your homegirl that's been doing hair forever and you know her and it's more like a word of mouth situation. It's okay to DM her because you know, like, you're not gonna be met with like weird vibes where like it's like you're texting a man that's like not interested in you, except this man is holding your wig for customization and you're not sure if you're ever gonna see that wig again. You know the feeling. It's like a sinking feeling in your stomach where you're like, oh my god, I can already feel like I'm going to be upset. By the way, I'm baking with the Huda Beauty baking powder in the color Blondie. At number 2, third-party app deposit. First party is I'm finding you on Instagram. Okay, that's one app. All right, I'm clicking the link to book, and maybe you're with Glossy, you're with Acuity, or you're with some other website. That's a second website that I have now used just to book you. Now, you want me to send my deposit, except instead of it being in that second website, now you're telling me to send the deposit through Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. I need my deposit to be through the website that I'm booking you from. I don't want nobody scamming me through the Cash App. I don't need nobody saying they didn't see my stuff. I don't care. Get my money right on the website, right then and there. What if somebody doesn't have these things? Like, just get the card, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's more of like a preference. And then at number 3 we have Honorable SIENNA. For me, this is definitely like a me thing. I don't know if anybody else does this, but no diversity on the page. It's Latinas, it's white women everywhere. It does nothing wrong with your clientele being just Latinas or just white women. It just you're not for me because you don't do black women, so I got to go and find somebody who's going to know how to work with me. And that's no shade to you. Maybe you do know how to work with me, but if you have black clients, why aren't you posting them? I have questions. I'm using the Sephora powder, the number 80. At number 4, you apply products directly on your client's face. Like, if I'm seeing you apply mascara directly on the client's face, I have OCD, but also that's just so unsanitary. I'm gonna need the disposables. I need to know that you're not reusing things to use on me. I'm also somebody who gets styes very easily, so I keep everything clean. Like, my brushes at home, I wash them. I wash them a lot. I just wipe the excess makeup off my lips. I am going to brush that excess powder off. We left off at applying products directly to the client, and that's more like a makeup situation, but I want to bring this up for like hair as well. If I'm seeing that like your hair tools have goo, you just have goo. Like, your flat iron has goo, your brushes have goo, everything has goo. I'm not seeing the little blue water nearby. Like, ooh, girl, I can't. Why does it have goo and why is it approaching me? At number 5, we have double confirmations. If you have my money already, that is the most confirmation you could ever get. Like, you already have my deposit. You want me to also email you to confirm that? Girl, I pressed the date, I pressed the time, I gave you money. What else is there to say? Like, what do you mean I have to text and email you back just to confirm something I done already started paying for? What are we talking about? That don't make no fucking sense. You just don't want to do your job. You don't want to get this money. I already sent you money and you want me to confirm. Like, my money is the confirmation. What are we? This pisses me off so bad. I can't even. As soon as I see it's a double confirmation, ooh, baby, you're never seeing me again. You're never seeing me again. Ooh, should we add more blush? You could get away with more blush, right? Is this too much? Do I have blush blindness? I could do more. I could add more. I don't know. Oh my god, I have lashes. At number 6, a bad reputation. I'm already hearing about you. People are telling me like, yeah, no, don't book with her because such and such happened to me. Okay, I'ma believe them. At number 7, if you ain't got no manners. I come to you, you can't even say hello, good morning, please sit in this area. I'm coming to you and you're late. You're the late one. You can even be like, acknowledge that you're late. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. I will get to you in 10, 20, 30 minutes. Please stand by. Go grab yourself some coffee. Let me take $20 off your service for your patience. Like, I appreciate you. Also, are you okay with us ending at this time? Do you have time to end at this new time that I'm bringing up since I'm late? Like, don't be rude. I'm not doing the no manners. Like, spending my money with you just to get bullied, girl. Like, So that's just that. That concludes red flags that I see that makes me not want to book with somebody or never book them again. Other than that, everybody's safe, you know? Like, I feel like I'm not asking for too much. Just a little professionalism and a little humanity. Before I end this video, I just want to give you guys a reminder as service providers, professionals, that people are coming to you with their hard-earned money. That is something that, like, it holds so much weight for me. I am just so honored that you're like choosing me, my artistry. You're choosing to spend your time. You're choosing to put time aside for a service that I provide. You are picking me. You chose to be here. That was intentional. You wanted this experience. I am valuable to you. And so I don't take that lightly at all. Just because you can get it this quick doesn't mean you should treat it like it's nothing, okay? You don't know their situation. You don't know what this means to them. You don't know if this is something that's gonna turn the day around. So when somebody walks into your space and chooses you as the professional that you are, be so grateful. I don't know, like, I'm just so grateful. People are choosing me for some of the biggest moments of their lives. If you're a nail tech, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a lash artist, that has to mean something. So the way that you treat people, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say it. Like, the way you treat people, it just goes a long way. Forget about everything else. The way you treat people will always set you aside. Remember to be kind and to understand that these are people with feelings, with stories, with backgrounds, and they have chosen you to make them feel safe, make them feel confident, make them feel beautiful. You know, just treat people kindly as a service provider or as a client. Alright, this concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and if you have any questions about any of the products that I used today, drop a comment. Until next time. She don't play.